WOVU LP Cleveland.
Let's concentrate on right and wrong.
And now, our voices today.
Why are we led by our pride?
And welcome to Our Voices Today right here on WOVU 95.9 FM. This is your beloved unicorn of the land, DJ Black Unicorn, in your ear. And of course, if you are an avid listener, you already know what time it is. It's third Saturday. I'm ready to get to the weekend. It's the third Thursday of the week. Of the month. A little bit of everywhere. But I don't know why. I didn't have a late night last night. My Valentine's Day was a little chill. It was chill. Exactly what I wanted when I was done with work here today. It is Thursday, February 15th. Right now it's 34 degrees. Mostly cloudy. We do have a little rain coming, supposedly, but who knows? This is Cleveland. We shall see how it turns out. And I have two lovely guests in the studio with me because, again, if you know what day it is Legal Aid Day. And I have two lovely attorneys in the studio live with me today as they get situated over here. And you can go ahead and pull that mic down, Miss Catherine. There you go. Get comfortable, get steady. We good? All right. So the first guest is Miss Kimberly Barnett Mills, who is the supervising attorney in the Intake and Volunteers Lawyer Program at the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland. Kimberly began her legal career at Legal Aid as an attorney in Municipal Defense Division after serving as an assistant public defender for Cuyahoga County and chief prosecutor for the city of Cleveland. Kimberly returned to Legal Aid in 2017. She held the position of senior attorney in the family law practice group, where she protected and advocated for clients who were victims of violence in their divorce, custody issues, and civil protection order matters. Kimberly moved to her current role in April 2020. And is proud of 2021 to 2022 CMBA Leadership Academy graduate. Yes, she is a proud graduate. She has continued her public service by promoting diversity and inclusion for all citizens in Cuyahoga County as a commissioner on the Cuyahoga County Human Rights Commission from 2019 to 2021. And she received her bachelor's in history and criminal justice from Baldwin Wallace College and her Juris Doctor from Cleveland State University College of Law. And of course, our second beautiful guest would be Miss Catherine Donnelly. Is that how you pronounce it? Donnelly. I'm so sorry. Miss Kim told me that earlier. I'm so sorry. Donnelly, who is the senior attorney in the Community Engagement Practice Group at the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland. Catherine supports Legal Aid's work with low-income entrepreneurs and also represents community groups and nonprofits in building sustainable structures to answer community issues. She joined Legal Aid in 2020, coming from a private practice where she provided general counsel services to small and mid-sized businesses in all stages of growth and to community development groups and other nonprofits. In 2019, Catherine was honored for her pro bono work, which means free for those of you that do not know, advising micro businesses as the Women Business Center of Greater Cleveland's Volunteer of the Year. Before law school, Catherine worked in social services and community organizing, and she graduated summa cum laude from Cleveland State University College of Law in 2008. She holds a BA from Oberlin College as well. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. It's so awesome to have you both with me live in the studio today.
Thank you.
No problem. Go ahead and get closer to the mic. Bring the mic to you, Miss Kim. I know you're nervous. I know. It's okay. It's just a conversation. It's just us here. And again, remember, you are in a courtroom of the People's Court. If that makes you more comfortable as a lawyer.
Thank you.
No problem. How are you ladies doing today?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for having us.
No problem. How was your Valentine's?
Chill like yours.
Low key.
I understand. So let's get into it. Entrepreneurship provides a powerful pathway out of poverty. Unfortunately, for those with low income, starting a business poses many challenges. Entrepreneurs with low income often lack the financial resources and social capital needed to succeed, aka your network is your net worth. Okay, who you know is very important. Doesn't mean you gotta kiss any butts though. Was established in 2019 to address these barriers to entrepreneurship. The Legal Center for Entrepreneurs with Low Income supports economic opportunity and a path out of poverty for people in Northeast Ohio by fostering, supporting, and engaging with entrepreneurs with low income, working towards economic mobility and financial security. So let's talk a little bit about it, Catherine. What do you do on a day-to-day basis? Like, what does your day really consist of?
With the small businesses, my day consists of we do legal checkups. I have phone calls with small businesses and go over what legal issues they might have. There's a lot of, with small business owners, what don't I know about owning a small business that I should know? Gaps in knowledge that we try to fill in with the brief advice. On a good day, I'm spending some time working on contracts and deals and helping businesses grow. Other days, I might actually be working on cases defending small businesses. It's not everyone is aware that a small business that is incorporated, that has a legal entity, can't represent itself in court.
Oh, they cannot.
Yeah, only the business owner cannot represent the business. Only a lawyer can do that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Thank you for sharing that knowledge. Let's talk about some of those other gaps in knowledge that, like you mentioned a little bit ago. What other things do you notice as a trend that you are informing these micro businesses and small businesses about?
Tax registration.
Big one.
That comes up as a big one.
'Tis the season, people.
Ohio has a sales tax that applies to services as well as goods. So many businesses that provide services, for example, cleaning, residential and commercial lawn care, they may not be aware that some of those services are taxable, and they might get a surprise down the road from the Ohio Department of Taxation when suddenly they're getting a bill or even in the worst case scenario, a criminal investigation. But my experience with the state is, if you're willing to get yourself in compliance, you're willing to figure out what you need to do, they're willing to work with you. And that's one of the things that we do at Legal Aid is try to help people do the right thing and keep themselves out of trouble and get their business to grow.
Thank you. So taxes always a problem. Taxes. We hate taxes, don't we, ladies? Or y'all okay with them? Are they technically illegal? You don't have to answer that. Anyway, so what other issues and gaps in knowledge do you see, or like kind of notice yourself a trend with you, like informing businesses on?
Yeah, there's a lot of misunderstanding about commercial leases.
That definitely is a big one.
Yeah. Some business owners are not aware that they don't have the same protections as a commercial tenant that they might have as a residential tenant. And really it all comes down to the contract. It's very important for a commercial tenant to read their lease in advance, understand what it says, and if they have a business, sign it as the business. Don't sign it as yourself.
As the business. Let's talk about the importance of that. And when it comes to utilizing your business LLC and all the tax information versus using your personal information, and how that can either really damage your business as a whole, especially if you're trying to build business credit for your business.
Yeah, it's very important. So it's easy these days for almost anyone to get on the internet and form a limited liability company, but understanding what that means is harder. Mm-hmm. We have a city with great resources for small businesses, but not in the legal area. Mm-hmm. And so understanding what that means is not always information that small business owners get. Mm-hmm. The key to staying out of trouble with your business and having the limited liability part of a limited liability company, mm-hmm. protecting yourself, in other words, from what your business, how your business might get into trouble, mm-hmm. is keeping your business separate from your personal life, mm-hmm.
Keeping
separate bank account, keeping separate financial statements, keeping everything that goes with the business in the name of the business. Mm-hmm. And when you sign a contract, including a commercial lease, the business owners should always try to make sure that they're signing with the name of the business, mm-hmm. as the tenant, for example.
Right.
And the key, the simple tip is when you sign your name, if you're signing your own name, sign it with member or owner, mm-hmm. and the name of the business after it.
Thank you. Because again, it's a lot of little things that people don't know about when they go into business. Like example, the difference between a limited liability business and
the most common, besides a limited liability company, the other most common business form for small businesses and self-employed people is a S corp, mm-hmm. a corporation that is treated in a lot of ways like a limited liability company, but has some different formation and reporting requirements. And another, the most common way that self-employed people operate is, other than under their own name, is with a DBA, doing business as trade name. Mm-hmm. And it's important for people to understand that is not a legal entity. That does not protect you. That does not separate you from your business. Mm-hmm. That's just a name that you get to operate under.
All right. So to be clear for the people in the back, limited liability, you pretty much have wiggle room to mess up in your business. Say if something happened, you're kind of like covered, but kind of really not, but it kind of really kind of. And then there's the S corp where you are not covered at all, pretty much.
S corp, you'll be protected.
Excuse me.
Same way as a limited liability company. It's just a little bit more complex in setting it up and taxes.
Right, but the DBA you won't be covered at all because it's not actually a legal business.
That's right.
Okay, we understand. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to Our Voices Today right here on WOVU 95.9 FM. This is Uni having a great conversation with Kim and Miss Catherine of Legal Aid Society. We'll be right back.
Short story longer, yeah. Stand up, my people. Stand for something in your life.
Here we go.
Studio 525 opens this Saturday, February 17th at noon, downtown at Cleveland Public Library's main branch. This super cool tech and creative space is made for teens to create, innovate, and kick back. Explore everything from robotics, gaming, virtual reality, and more, all in Studio 525. Enjoy food, games, and fun, and stay to play in the CPL Play NBA 2K Tournament for a chance to win a brand new PlayStation 5. Join the fun this Saturday, February 17th at 12 p.m. downtown at the CPL Main Library Branch. Register now at cpl.org.
You heard, Uni. This Saturday. Yes, this Saturday. Go to cpl.org right now to register.
This message is brought to you by Cleveland Public Library and WOVU 95.9 FM. Our Voices United, a Burton Belcar community radio station.
This is TJ Carey coming to you live, giving you some positive Black history facts today. Edmonia Lewis was a sculptor who worked for most of her career in Rome, Italy. She was the first woman of Black American and Native American heritage to achieve international fame and recognition as a sculptor in the fine arts world. And this is, once again, TJ Carey giving you some positive Black history facts to go on with your day. See you soon. Happy Black History Month.
It's time to make the short story longer, yeah. Stand for something. Stand up, my people. Stand for something in your life. Stand for something. Stand up, my people.
Welcome back. This is Uni in your ear for Our Voices today, right here on 95.9 FM. And if you are just tuning in, I have two lovely ladies, Miss Catherine and Miss Kimberly of the Legal Aid Society, who, just in case you don't know, Legal Aid Society provides legal services at no cost to clients with low incomes, helping ensure fairness for all in the justice system. And today we are discussing entrepreneurship. And before the break, we went over the difference between different types of businesses, some of those issues and the gaps in knowledge that Miss Catherine and Miss Kimberly are helping, put together for us, giving us that great information, sharing that legal gospel, letting us know all about entrepreneurship. And so why is Legal Aid Center for Entrepreneurs with Low Income so important?
Well, as I mentioned before, this is a great town for support for emerging businesses, with everything from the Urban League, which is the local Ohio Small Business Development Center, to the Hispanic Business Center, ECDI, the Women's Business Center. Yes. But those are not legal organizations. So business gets mentoring and support for understanding the business side of it, but it doesn't have any support for doing their legal getting their legal background. I have this daily Spanish lesson on my Echo that every once in a while it says if you are starting a small business, you will need to get a lawyer, and that's the phrase that it translates. And every time I hear that, I think, well, what if you cannot afford a lawyer? As many small businesses cannot. The average self-employment income in the U.S. In 2024 was about $32,000. So it's not. You need a lawyer, but you can't afford one. It's a catch-22. Yes. And so that's where the Legal Center for Entrepreneurs with Low Income comes in.
Yes, and understanding the finances, especially on the legal side, is very, very important. That's definitely one of the huge hurdles many entrepreneurs struggle with, and understanding their finances and taxes, because as you mentioned before the break, services rendered are taxable on, cleaning services here in Cleveland. Don't know that. They're just giving flat rates and not actually accommodating the price along with the tax. And now that tax at that end of the year, they have to pay for those taxes.
They should really be paying monthly, actually. Sales tax reports and payments to the state of Ohio are due on the 23rd of every month.
Okay. So if you are an entrepreneur, and you are rendering services like how I would, I'm a DJ, I'm under DJ services, I should be apparently submitting my tax information every 23rd of the month, which makes it much easier for yourself and your business and just staying organized when you are taking care of your tax information for your business. Because thank you for that information. I need to come see you guys, obviously, because you are telling me a lot of things about my business that I did not know or realize. So thank you. And that's why you're here, to spread the legal gospel about what's going on and what people should know when they are embarking on these entrepreneurial journeys. So what are some of the barriers to entrepreneurship for those with low income?
So obviously, capital is for any small business is a barrier to overcome.
Yes.
But the information gap is also a big barrier, and if someone doesn't have the background in their family of running a business, they may not have some of the general knowledge about sales tax, for example, and understanding what liability is and separating your business. You may not have in your network the kinds of resources, for example, accounting. If you have an accountant down the street that you're a neighbor with, or you have a cousin who's a lawyer, you can easily, reach out and get at least some short advice to put you on the right path. And those with resources may take those connections for granted and not realize, that's not available to everyone. Time is also a big barrier. The time to, if you're both trying to make ends meet on jobs or a gig work and trying to get yourself in a good legal position, you may not have the time to invest in understanding and researching what you need to know. For example, with the taxes, some of this information is available online, and people should try to go out and educate themselves. The Ohio Department of Taxation has a good website for and good resources for understanding what kinds of services and goods are taxable and how you register. But you need to have the time and to go and look at that and the understanding of what resources are out there.
Understand. Just like legal aid. Legal aid is one of those resources, again, providing free, no cost legal services and advice for low incomes, which of course, guys, Kimberly, maybe you can tap in and tell us a little bit about this. What do they need to apply? What credentials, and then how does someone even apply for help with legal aid?
So folks can come to us in a number of different ways. The most common is by calling our intake line, which they can reach us at 888-817-3777. And they would call and talk to one of our intake specialists. They're amazing, wonderful people who are going to get basic demographic information, some financial information, and really get a brief summary of what their legal issue is. At that point, they would make a determination with the help of supervising attorneys and our case acceptance guidelines, what we can do for folks and where we can refer them to if we're unable to help them. Another way people can reach us is through our website. So if you go to www.lasclev.org, there's an Apply for Help button. Folks can put their name in, contact information, and a brief legal history or summary of what their issue is, and an intake specialist will call them back. Our offices are located at 1223 West 6th Street, right downtown, across from RTA's headquarters. And people can come into our office anytime, Monday through Friday from 9 to 5, and fill out a callback card. That way they're, again, name, contact information, brief legal summary. We'll have an intake specialist call them, go over everything, and then let them know the next steps.
Awesome.
Really easy to find us and get to us.
Yes. Again, that website is lasclev.org. lasclev.org. So we've got some clinics coming up. Let's talk about them, Kim.
All right. Well, we love our brief advice clinics. You know, unfortunately, civil legal issues are not provided the right to counsel. So as if you have a criminal issue, you can get a public defender. You can't do that for civil issues. And so what we do is try to expand our reach of justice through the wonderful work and collaboration with our volunteer lawyers. And so we host brief advice clinics and community outreach clinics. The next one we're having actually is March 9th. It's at the Cleveland Public Library Eastman branch. From 10 to 11, people can come in with any legal issue they have, sit down, we'll do a quick intake for them. They'll talk with an attorney, getting some brief advice. A lot of times people need to understand the process, understand what's happening to them, have a realistic understanding of what happens next so that they can plan and make decisions. Oftentimes in the legal system, people who don't have counsel are overlooked and not heard. And so we certainly want to give them tools, voices, understanding the language, because the language of the law is very important, to help them navigate things on their own and feel empowered in that process.
Thank you so much for that information about these upcoming clinics. Again, you can receive any type of legal help you need, excluding something.
Criminal. So Cuyahoga County has a public defender office, and you can certainly go there for any criminal needs. They can direct you to the right place.
We're talking all civil.
All civil here.
Thank you so much for all of that great information pertaining to these upcoming legal aid clinics. Again, any civil issue you have, you could come seek some legal aid help because they are providing at no cost assistance. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to Our Voices Today right here on Burton Bell Carr Community Radio.
Stand up, my people. Stand for something in your life. Stand up, my people. How will we end?
And now, a special announcement from the Honorable Reverend Jawanza Kareem Lightfoot Colvin.
Saturday, February the 17th. Saturday, February the 17th at 6 p.m. Saturday, February the 17th at 6 p.m. We are going to be having a concert at the Olivet Institutional Baptist Church with Damian Sneed. Damian Sneed and his group will be blessing us with the sounds of our journey from the African continent through the spirituals, through jazz and the blues, through traditional, all the way to contemporary gospel where we are today. You want to be a part of that? I'm inviting you to the Olivet Institutional Baptist Church for Black History Month.
Thank you, Dr. Colvin. I look forward to seeing everyone this Saturday, February 17th at 6 p.m. inside Olivet Institutional Baptist Church, 8712 Quincy Ave. For more information, call 216-721-3585. That's 216-721-3585. Or visit oibc.org. That's oibc.org. This message is brought to you by Olivet Institutional Baptist Church and WOVU 95.9 FM. Our Voices United, Burton Bell Carr Community Radio.
Join us on Saturday, February 24th. SOS, Strengthening Our Students, will celebrate the 11th annual Celebrity Soup for the Soul fundraiser from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. at Cleveland Marriott East, located at 26300 Harvard Road, Warrensville Heights. SOS, Strengthening Our Students, is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to enrich the lives of family and children through through education, life skills, and innovative programs such as summer camp, after-school tutoring, and college scholarships. This year's Soup for the Soul event will be hosted by Fox 8 News meteorologist Dante Jones and WKYC anchor and reporter for Go, Carmen Blackwell. Celebrity guests scheduled to appear will include Kenny Crumpton, Jasmine Bailey, Dwayne Dawson, Danita Harris, and Sam Silk, along with WOVU directors DJ Chris Stiles and DJ Black Unicorn, representing for the beacon of the community. With your support, you are helping SOS, strengthening our students, continue to support the future of our youth. For more information, call 216-965-7943. This message is brought to you by Cleveland Marriott East, Jack Entertainment, RPM, J Honda Auto Group, Retina Associates of Cleveland, Popeyes Louisiana Chicken, Colleague Foundation, and WOVU 95.9 FM, Our Voices United, a Burton Bell Carr community radio station.
If you need legal help with housing, employment, benefits, domestic safety, or another fundamental need, please visit Legal Aid's website at www.lasclev.org anytime to apply for assistance. You can also call during Legal Aid's intake hours, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 to 4 p.m. or Tuesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call 216-687-1900.
It's time to make the short story longer. Yeah. Stand for something. Stand up, my people. Stand for something in your life. Stand for something. Stand up, my people.
Yeah. Welcome back to Our Voices today, right here on Burton Bell Carr Community Radio. If you are just tuning in, this is Uni having a great conversation with two lovely lawyers of the Legal Aid Society, who, if you don't know, Legal Aid Society provides legal services at no cost, and they have a few upcoming clinics where you can receive some civil help in the law department if you are having some issues. Like, I wish I would have known about you guys when I was dealing with my tax issues, but those were personal. They were not pertaining to entrepreneurship, but I see now that I know about you guys, I might have to still come see you at one of these upcoming clinics, being Saturday, March 9th, and then March 23rd, and then April 13th. But again, you can visit lasclev.org for that information and so much more about Legal Aid Society and what they do in the legal aid department. So what resources do you guys offer to help educate low-income entrepreneurs? Are there any programs or like just any like flyers they can see? How is that coming along, Catherine?
I mentioned the legal checkups.
Yes.
So that's one thing that small businesses, self-employed people can access once they've gone through the intake process, as Kim explained. But we also do community education presentations, and you can reach out to outreach at lasclev.org to schedule an attorney to come out and do a presentation with your group on business law basics. That's available now. We are working on rolling out some stuff on our website. Ooh. That is not there yet.
Yes. No worries. It'll come. It's coming in due time. What resources? But when it comes to like resources, do you guys offer mentorship as well, like for a certain time period, or is it kind of like you can come in for advice but no mentorship? So
we do not offer mentorship at Legal Aid. We do the initial assessment, and then we may often refer a business to one of the organizations in Cleveland, in Northeast Ohio, that do mentoring. The Cleveland SCORE, Cleveland chapter of SCORE, is a organization mostly retired, former and volunteer business people and professionals who provide free mentoring to people starting or in business in the growth stage of their businesses. And that's a great resource that we refer people to and connect them to. The Urban League is another great resource that we connect people to for mentoring. Hispanic Business Center, ECDI. These are all great resources out there, and so when we do the the legal checkup, we can make a good referral for what might best fit that individual business owner.
Yes, yes. And as we mentioned, there are upcoming clinics, helping with any civil issues, but can they as in entrepreneurs receive brief advice at these clinics as well?
Absolutely. So if you are
one more time, Kim.
Absolutely.
Yes.
If you are a fully formed business and you have a really small legal question, maybe you need to understand a term in a contract and you need a quick review of something, certainly a brief advice clinic would be fabulous for that. However, if you're a person who has an idea of a business and you're kind of not sure which way to go, LLC, S Corp, nonprofit, you don't know what you really want yet, a brief advice clinic isn't the place to go because that legal checkup that Catherine was referring to after the intake process can really help flush out what are the important things that you need, what is it that your business is trying to do, and kind of help you build that along with the resources in our community that really support that business work. So quick issue, absolutely, come to a brief advice clinic. We have a wonderful staff of volunteer attorneys who do a lot of work with businesses and can give that quick advice to someone. Absolutely. We love businesses to come on out.
Thank you, Kim. Let's talk about your team of volunteer lawyers. Tell me all about them.
So we have an amazing team of volunteer lawyers. Everyone from individual lawyers to law firms, big and small. They really understand the fact that, unfortunately, legal aid we're a big law firm, but we can only handle a small amount of the problems that people have in that civil legal realm. So we really reach out to our volunteer lawyers to come lend their hand, voice, representation, advice to clients who need a little bit more than what we can provide in-house. And so we have over 3,000 attorneys that help us in various ways. Some come and help us in-house. Some come to brief advice clinics, which is the biggest way that they assist clients. And some go to, just take representation of cases. They'll say, hey, I'll help you figure out how to incorporate your business, or I'll help you negotiate this contract. So we're really lucky that we have a robust legal community that supports the work of legal aid, but is really supporting our low-income entrepreneurs and our clients in general. So it's not just low-income entrepreneurs that are getting the resources of a volunteer lawyers program. It's across the spectrum of the work that we do.
Okay, thank you so much, Kim. For those people who may be experiencing some entrepreneur issues and you get one of those fun days, Catherine, you get to go in court. What does that look like for you guys? Whoever wants to go first. Who are you guys batting for in court as Legal Aid Society representatives when you have to go to that extent?
I'm going to give another shout out for volunteers because we can't fill all the needs that are out there for businesses that need representation in court. So we are right now really focusing on businesses that are have been sued by somebody else, are defending themselves, and the debt that they're facing, the crisis that they're facing in court could ruin the business.
Yes.
They wouldn't be able to continue. So we're batting for the defense. Our goal is to get a result that puts the business owner in a position where they can continue the business or protect themselves personally from the business's debt and try to reorganize and move on.
So are these mainly like debt cases where they're being sued?
So it can be a little bit of both, is what we see coming in through intake. So as Catherine had referred to at the very beginning, we oftentimes see people who own a business or DBA sign contracts in their personal capacity. So what happens then is that the business gets sued and the individual gets sued as well. Well, the individual likely will continue to work and have an income, whereas the business might just dissolve. But if the business needs an attorney to represent them, they cannot go forward and file any documents on their own. So we see a lot of cases where there are contract disputes, failure to finish a contract or to the satisfaction of another party. We see a lot of commercial evictions, which are a huge problem, as Catherine had talked about before. Commercial leases are very different from the average lease that you're going to sign for your apartment. And so if you don't understand what you're signing and you don't understand how you're signing it, you'll find yourself in a situation where you can't negotiate with the landlord because you don't have the capacity to do that. And so it gets really confusing. But we see a lot of those cases. Catherine, can you think of any other ones that I'm missing?
Those are the primary ones. There might also be, we have seen commercial loans. I think there's a lot more commercial lending of all kinds online now, and it might be easy for a business to get a loan that they may not necessarily be able to afford, or maybe they don't need or don't understand, and then when that loan goes bad, if it goes bad, then again the business can be sued, and they don't have an opportunity to defend themselves in court and could end up with a judgment against them.
Thank you both for all of that great information, because again, there's a lot of stuff as entrepreneurs legally that is just uncommon knowledge, and we are out here filling those gaps for people and these entrepreneurs out here. So when it comes to the LLC registration of a business in general, like, we are at the beginning steps. We are just getting our paperwork, the initial stuff all together. Is that something that an entrepreneur can do of their own? Or are they supposed to reach out to a lawyer when they're ready to put in those paperwork and those papers for their LLC? How is that actually supposed to work? Because a lot of people put in those papers by themselves, and you guys are sitting here telling me you're actually supposed to have a lawyer for everything you do for your business.
There are a lot of things that you can do for yourself. So the super lawyer answer is it depends.
Okay. Got you.
The Ohio Secretary of State has a guide to starting your business in Ohio, including a specific guide for starting a limited liability company.
Wow, okay.
And for a single owner, if there's only one person involved in the business, that can be as simple as completing a filing with the Ohio Secretary of State. You might, you might need paperwork like an operating agreement as your business grows, as you're trying to get loans and financing. But to get started, you for a single owner, you don't necessarily need all of that paperwork. So it can be something that you do yourself. But if you're going to have multiple owners, that's when you got multiple interests, and you do want to try to get a lawyer involved.
All right. So if you are doing a sole proprietorship, you don't really necessarily need a lawyer to kick off that paperwork. But if it's more than y'all, you definitely want to make sure your best interest is covered, because 9 times out of 10, look, we all love our partners, right? We love our friends, right? But when you are embarking on business, friendship goes out the window a lot of times, depending on who you're dealing with. And at that point, do you even want to have a business with that person if you're questioning their ethics and morals and so on and so forth? But yeah, we'll talk more about that right after this break. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to Our Voices Today right here on Burton Bell Carr Community Radio with Uni and Catherine and Kim of Legal Aid Society.
Stand for something in your life. Stand for something. Stand up, my people.
Hi, this is DJ Black Unicorn, aka Uni, your marketing and production director here at WOVU. And for Black History Month, Conversation and Leadership is proud to honor Black women who are trailblazers, movers, and shakers, and making a difference in our communities and world. This month, we are proud to kick off our Black Shero series with a phenomenal woman making moves and a much-needed shift in our healthcare system. Her name is Dr. Erica D. Steed, a 4-time history maker, first nurse, first woman, first Black woman to lead one of the largest community-based healthcare organizations in the country, the Metro Health System of Northeast Ohio. As the first Black woman, first Black person, and first nurse to serve as president and CEO of the Metro Health System, Dr. Erica Steed is fighting passionately to reverse racial disparities and make sure every person in Cuyahoga County and beyond has an equal chance at a long and healthy life. Dr. Steed became Metro Health's leader on December 5th, 2022, after serving as Executive Vice President and System Chief Operating Officer of Sinai Chicago Health System and President of Mount Sinai and Sinai Children's Hospital. As a proud 4th-generation nurse, her initial vision for Metro Health is focused on 4 key principles: excellent patient care, innovation, accelerating growth, and health equity. She plans to turn that vision into reality by using her favorite leadership tools, partnering with others, and listening. Read more about the extraordinary career and life of Dr. Steed at metrohealth.org/about-us/metrohealth-leadership. CNL is proud of the works and achievements of Dr. Steed, as well as salute her passion to fight the long ongoing healthcare disparities that have plagued the Black community and in particular Black women for decades. Please help us celebrate this modern-day sojourner, and let's join her in the fight to improve our healthcare systems. This message is brought to you by Conversation and Leadership and WOVU 95.9 FM. Our Voices United, Burton Bell Carr Community Radio.
It's time to make the short story longer. Yeah. Stand for something. Stand up, my people. Stand for something in your life. Stand up, my people.
Welcome back to Our Voices Today right here on Burton Bell Carr Community Radio. This is Uni having a great conversation with 2 lovely ladies of the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland, Miss Kimberly and Miss Catherine, who are both lawyers at Legal Aid Society. And for those that do not know, Legal Aid Society provides legal services at no cost. And let's talk about those clinics one more time on our way out, Kimberly.
Absolutely. So one of the best ways that folks can really reach out and get some legal advice on any issue, civil legal issue, of course, is by coming to our brief advice clinics. We have one this Saturday, the March 9th, from 10 to 11 at our Eastman branch of the Cleveland Public Library. We have another one at the Fatima Family Community Center, which is a wonderful, wonderful resource in the community and a wonderful site. That's on Saturday, March 23rd. From 10 to 11. And we have one at the Memorial Nottingham branch of the Cleveland Public Library on April 13th, again from 10 to 11. But you can access all of our brief advice clinics by going to our website and looking under the events tab.
Thank you. And on our way out, can you describe your favorable outcomes for an entrepreneur that was helped by legal aid, each of you? Whoever would like to go first.
I could think of a couple of good ones. We were talking about the commercial evictions and litigation, what kind of outcomes you could get. One business owner came to us after his business had been gotten an eviction judgment against it and a move-out date. And we were able to ultimately get him an additional 6 months to move out with his, and he had a lot of heavy equipment for his business, so that gave him a chance to try to keep going and start the business again in the future. Another really fun one was a entrepreneur during the pandemic was trying to expand her own personal delivery and personal assistant work, and we assisted with standard contracts that the business could use with both independent contractors and with customers, and that business has now been able to grow and provide work for other people.
Amazing. And Kim?
Well, our brief advice clinics, like we said, most of the time they're small legal issues or quick advice. But what we've seen is when people bring in a contract before they sign it, before being the operative word, and just need a review to say, is this favorable for me? Is this a standard contract? Because many times you're engaging with other businesses. You don't know whether that's a standard contract or not. Is that an appropriate contract? Our volunteers can go ahead and review that really quick and say, you know what? We think there's a little bit more here. Let's refer you back to legal aid, put you through the full intake process, and see if we can give you more robust service or assistance. Or a quick, yes, this looks standard, this makes sense, this is what all of these terms mean. You are comfortable in signing it, but sign it in the name of the business, not in your personal capacity.
Are you guys seeing any negative trends when people are attending these clinics looking for just quick legal advice? Are you noticing that you have to actually go ahead and recommend that they do the full intake process and come see you guys because someone is trying to swindle them or take advantage?
I think that happens many times in general. We see that just in all of our intakes. When people come to brief advice clinics, thankfully, most of the time they have a really quick legal issue that we can kind of address immediately. And we have a really wonderful, robust understanding of the resources that we have, connection with things like 211, who are really able to refer folks to if they have those concerns or needs. So we can mostly handle everything at a brief advice clinic for most folks.
Yes. And again, those clinics are coming up Saturday, March 9th, March 23rd, and April 13th, all from 10 to 11. And of course, you can visit lasclev.org for that information and so much more. All legal aid information can be found there. And again, give those numbers and those awesome addresses for people to pull up on you guys as well.
Absolutely. So our intake can be reached at 888-817-3777. You can reach us online at lasclev.org, or you can come to our main office in Cleveland at 1223 West 6th Street between 9 and 5, Monday through Friday.
Thank you so much. On our way out, one last question. What advice do each of you give our low-income entrepreneurs, people out here trying to make a way out of no way consistently? Do you guys have any legal advice that you can share with them on air today?
Did you want to go first?
I'm just going to hit again on keep your business and your personal life separate. That's the best advice I can give.
Thank you.
And mine would be to, once you have the idea, once you've got the business started, even before you have the business started, stop and try to engage a lawyer, whether that's through us or on your own, just to make sure you have protected all of your interests, because the purpose of a LLC is to protect you personally. And if you don't do it right, then you've kind of forgone the whole reason of starting your business.
Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you so much, Catherine. I know I said one more question, but hey, I'm sorry. One last question. For those entrepreneurs who may have started something a while ago, maybe pre-COVID even, and then, we all got punched in the face and life happened and we had to readjust consistently. What about those entrepreneurs that started something before COVID? Maybe their LLC has been sitting inactive for some time. are they still, super active? Should they dissolve and restart? How should they go about restarting their true passion or their entrepreneur journey?
I think that would be a great opportunity to drop in at a brief advice clinic and figure out where you are and whether you should do a intake and a legal checkup, because there could be lingering legal effects that you don't know about from having that LLC sitting out there, and there's ways to clean it up, and there's ways to move on to a new business or bring that business back.
Thank you both so much for coming in today to speak with me, Yudi, here on Our Voices Today, right here on WOVU. Don't go anywhere. You already know the ATM show is up next at 11. All things money, keeping your finances straight, just as Legal Aid is doing here. And again, make sure you visit lasclev.org for all your legal aid help, and make sure you show up to those clinics if you have any legal questions in the civil department, not the felony department, but all things civil, they will happily help you out. I'll check you out tomorrow, everybody. Bye-bye.
Stand up, my people. Stand for something in your life. Stand up, my people.
Hey, it's Uni here. We're going into a new year, and Make Them Know Your Name Foundation is ready to help you set the tone for a healthier lifestyle. DJ Chris Styles, tell them all about it.
Yo! You already know what it is. It's your boy DJ Chris Styles, and listen up, we're back at it again. Welcome to the day and night laughter and entertainment.
Whole lot of fun, but we not forgetting about the fitness.
It's the Cleveland All-Star Fitness Expo and Comedy Bash. Join us for an exciting, unforgettable experience February 24th at the Cleveland Browns Stadium. Check out the best of both worlds, Fitness Expo during the day and comedy during the night. It's a lot going on, and you guys don't want to miss.
February 24th, you want to make sure you find yourself at the Cleveland Browns Stadium 7-Up City Club.
Star trainers
like Philly Weeden, making sure you are all charged up.
I'm Philly Weeden, the creator of Charged Up and Hardcore Nags.
Comedians,
and this one you won't believe, Mr. Joe Torre.
Y'all ready to laugh at me? Say hell yeah. All right, then.
And surprise special guests will be in the building.
But you gotta be there to find out who.
You have a wide variety of vendors to shop from.
That's right, so don't be afraid. No matter what level of fitness you are at, there is a class for you.
Access to interactive health and wellness demonstrations such as hands-on CPR and AED training.
You'll even have a chance to check up on your financial health with Key Bank. Sheesh, you were right. It's a lot going on.
Okay, hold up. Let me just give you a little breakdown of what to expect. Listen, Fitness Expo doors open at 8 a.m. Classes will be from 9 to 1 p.m. Classes will accommodate all fitness levels. Children ages 10 and under free.
Come on now, you gotta get them ready for the Comedy Bash that evening as well, Styles.
The Comedy Bash featuring Joe Torre and a battle of the jazz bands for my adult starts at 7 p.m. All going down at Cleveland Browns Stadium 7-Up City Club.
Woo, the battle of Cleveland's top two bands, Hub's Groove versus the Unit Band, is going to be insane. Right before Joe Torre goes on stage, you'll be able to catch Hub's Groove versus the Unit Band, and you gotta be there to find out who is the best.
Food and drinks available at purchase.
Get your general admission and VIP Comedy Bash experience at mtkyn.org. That's mtkyn.org.
Fitness good for the heart, laughter good for the heart. All we need is you.
Secure your spot at the most dynamic event in Cleveland. Health and wellness is the goal. Comedy and laughter is good for the soul. See you February 24th.
The Cleveland All-Star Fitness Expo and Comedy Bash is powered by Make Them Know Your Name, Key Bank, Baltus Fitness and Training, and WOVU 95.9 FM. Our Voices United, Burton Belcar Community Radio. And now, a special announcement from the Honorable Reverend Jawanza Kareem Lightfoot Colvin.
Saturday, February the 17th. Saturday, February the 17th at 6 p.m. Saturday, February the 17th at 6 p.m. we are going to be having a concert at the Olivet Institutional Baptist Church with Damian Sneed. Damian Sneed and his group will be blessing us with the sounds of our journey from the African continent through the spirituals, through jazz and the blues, through traditional, all the way to contemporary gospel where we are today. You want to be a part of that? I'm inviting you to the Olivet Institutional Baptist Church for Black History Month.
Thank you, Dr. Colvin. I look forward to seeing everyone this Saturday, February 17th at 6 p.m. inside Olivet Institutional Baptist Church, 8712 Quincy Ave. For more information, call 216-721-3585. That's 216-721-3585. Or visit oibc.org. That's oibc.org.